And it has been revealed that China has cancelled 1/5 of its container ship services in Australia in January as an industrial dispute at DP World continues. Let's bring in Tansy Harcourt now. She's a senior reporter at the Australian newspaper. Tansy, good to see you. Thanks so much for your time. As I understand it, DP World controls 40% of the nation's ports, so they're a key player here. What is at the crux of this dispute?
Well, like a lot of industrial relations disputes, the big issue is money and pay and rostering. So as it stands, the DP World stevedores get paid about 17% less than stevedores from Patrick's, which is the largest stevedoring company. That obviously is annoying the Maritime Union of Australia and the workers there. On the other hand, DP World says that the workers at Patrick are significantly more productive because they've got higher automation, so they shouldn't be getting paid the same rate.
Okay, so what does this mean for everybody watching? How much is it costing the economy? And are we actually starting to see delays in terms of retailers not getting their stock on time as a result?
We definitely are seeing delays. The DP World has put out some statistics that estimate the cost to the economy of being $84 million per week since the industrial action started in October. Interestingly enough, Tony Burke, our Workplace Relations Minister, dismissed the idea that that would be the real cost, saying that his department officials had said that it was nowhere near that figure, but he's not actually come out with his own view on what it is costing the economy. But the head of the Retailers Association, Paul Zara, last week told me that many of his retailers are now seeing a lack of stock, and it's really going to start impacting parents that are trying to buy, back to school items. Most of those things come in from China. And as you just mentioned, 1/5 of the ships that are supposed to be arriving in Australia from China in January have actually just cancelled their shipments altogether. So this is going to cause an impact for sure. The actual real cost, a little bit hard to know. As I said, DP World says $84 million per week. The Freight Trade Association, they actually think it's more like $20 million a day. So that's a higher figure. It'd be good to see what Minister Burke actually thinks the real figure is. But ultimately, at the end of the day, this is going to be higher costs for Australian consumers who can little afford it at the moment.
So, Tansy, where does it head to from here? I mean, we all remember the 1998 waterfront dispute and what a big issue that became for the Howard government. How big a problem is this for Labor, do you think?
Look, I think it could potentially be a big problem. Minister Burke has said he will not intervene. And if he doesn't intervene, or the way that the current framework works, the federal government could intervene, or the state governments in Queensland, Victoria, New South Wales and WA, they could intervene, and that happens to be where DP World's ports are. And they could all intervene by calling in the Fair Work Commission. If that was to happen, they force arbitration and the decision has to be accepted by both sides. But Tony Burke has said that he will not be intervening at this point in time, and he just wants this to play out and both sides to agree. And that's theoretically, that's all well and good, but the problem in this instance is that the longer that it drags on, the more cost the consumer is going to bear at the hip pocket.
Just what we need. Tansy Harcourt, really appreciate your analysis. Thanks so much.
Thank you.